Saints done.
When it comes to clapping, we're Vikings.
Ugh. Something like that.
Ugh.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to episode 611. That's 611.
Yo, what's the 611 on this?
We're about to find out. Player One Podcast for Tuesday, July 24th, 2018. I'm your host, Chris Johnson. And with me, as always, from Canada, Mr. Greg Seward.
Drinking a big old glass of milk.
All right, then. Milk does a body good. And joining me from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
I try to say goodbye and I choke. I try to walk away and I stumble. Though I try to hide it, it's clear. My world crumbles when you are not near. Goodbye.
All right.
Like that?
That's weird that we
By
can't
Macy
get you
Gray.
to stop the whole year, but we still can't seem to get a Christmas song put together in time.
No.
That's right. Maybe Phil should be in charge of that.
Then it's never getting done.
Oh, it'll get done all right.
Just like those boxes behind you have been unpacked.
They're getting there.
Yeah. How long have you lived there?
A little over a year, right?
A little over a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
You're right.
what?
He could be in charge of the Christmas song this year.
We're making the big push. We the job is sticking. So it's time to stop living. It's time to stop living like nomads.
That to be fair, that is practical.
Thank you. Yeah,
I would be
you've been laid off as many times as I have.
clearly, yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you know how it goes.
Mhm.
I don't know how many times you've been laid off.
Oh, geez, let's see. Dog
We
walker.
work in the video game industry, so
I was laid off from my dog walker job. I was laid off.
I wanted to have a serious conversation, but Phil's turning it into a joke. So it
True.
That's not. Hey, that's how dare you? That was hardly a joke.
was hardly a job.
Well, now let me see here. I was, technically laid off. When Game Now shut down.
Yeah. That's one.
Okay, that's one. I was laid off from Backbone Entertainment.
Yeah.
Digital Eclipse. That's two. Let's see. GameSpy, I quit on my own volition to return to
So that
school.
doesn't count.
So that does not count.
Just two. Then.
No, and Nintendo Power shut down. So three.
Oh, wait, that's right.
Three.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's technically one more time than me.
Okay. Well,
But
step up your game.
when I left St. Davis, it wasn't by choice, and I also wasn't fired. It was because I couldn't
was-
work.
It was a
So-
government thing.
I kind of count that because I didn't want to leave that job, and I don't think that they wanted me to leave that job either. But
Right. But you were being forced out due to government
Yeah.
regulations.
thanks, Trump.
Yeah.
This is
Even
the-
back then?
No,
Yeah.
I mean, sure, why not?
Let's blame him for something that happened.
Remember back in the day
years
when he was just kind of like a cartoonish caricature
punchline?
of a millionaire? But it wasn't even a punchline. It was just like, oh, we need a wacky cartoon
someone-
millionaire to show up.
We need someone recognizable to show up in Home Alone too.
I used to watch
Precisely.
The Apprentice. I used to watch.
Why?
I can't watch it now.
Well,
Anyway, Phil,
yeah,
I hear tell that you went to a concert last week. That's why you were not on the show.
I did. I was not
Yeah.
on the show last week. You guys had to settle for the far more interesting Kevin Larrabee.
Yes,
sir.
But yeah, you should be happy, CJ. I was throwing money in your coffers.
You were exactly.
I paid American dollars to go see an Adult Swim sponsored concert featuring Japanese pop punk sensations, The Pillows, who are of course on tour now promoting the seasons 2 and 3 of anime super hit Furikuri,
Mhm.
airing now on Adult Swim.
And the new season starts in like September.
Yes, that
There's
is
another-
season 3.
Season
Season 2 just wrapped up.
Yep.
Season 3 coming this September, featuring, of
Coming.
course, the music of The Pillows, as Furikuri is wanted to do.
That's
So I
right. Was
went
it a good
and
show? Good show.
Terrible
Okay.
show.
Yeah.
No, it was really
I was,
quite good.
I was disappointed that they didn't come to Atlanta. Adult Swim, based in Atlanta. No
It is
Atlanta
kinda funny.
date for the Pillows.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised by that. I thought for
Who-
sure when it was announced they'd come to Atlanta. But
who was in charge of setting up the tour schedule there?
CJ.
Yeah,
Wasn't me.
seems like a pretty hefty oversight there.
yeah.
But no, it was a great show. I had not been to a concert in probably like 15 years.
I'm going to see
Really?
the Wiggles next month,
Well, that counts.
and they're the new
Yeah, that
Wiggles.
sounds-
And just so you know,
Oh,
this will
the
be
new-
my third Wiggles concert.
Oh man.
Ah,
But I was
wow.
there. I saw
you saw the original lineup.
the original lineup.
Yeah.
I saw the updated lineup with Sam. I think it was Sam, and then
Okay.
and now I'm going to see the new lineup.
Oh.
Is it Ringo Starr is now in the Wiggles, right?
No,
Used to be George Carlin and
George
then,
Carlin.
Yeah. It's a Thomas the Tank Engine joke.
Mhm.
You
I
would know
see.
that
Yes, that's
if your
right.
children were into trains.
I watched hours upon hours of Thomas,
Have you really? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Just not
Well,
the
there-
episodes. with
and then I had
Chris Pratt.
kids, so I couldn't watch it anymore. But
Well, the show it's kind of an unnerving show, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't want my kids watching it either.
Yeah.
No.
But yeah,
Did
the
you
concert was quite good.
Partake
Did I
in a
win?
mosh pit.
I did not. There didn't seem to. I was up in the balcony,
Uh-huh.
so a mosh pit in a balcony seems like a bad
Mm.
combination.
Phil was
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
opera boxes. He was,
Because, I had my little opera glasses.
high society.
Highfalutin.
Quite good. Yes.
He wasn't down there with the unwashed masses. He was.
I hope they play Petite Busters. This is my favorite tune. But no, there I was up in the. I mean, it was the balcony, but it's actually pretty good seats because we had a very good view of the stage.
Oh, that's
There
good.
didn't seem to be much of a mosh pit. I haven't been in a mosh pit in
In a long time.
a
Long
lot.
time for me, anyway.
I
I
mean,
haven't been in a mosh pit ever.
really.
No.
No,
Oh man,
no.
back in the day, like early college days,
Yeah.
my
All those They Might
friends.
Be Giants shows just
Did They Might Be Giant have mosh pits?
No.
Might Be Giants did
Gonna
not have
say.
mosh pits, but no, my friends back in Illinois, back like when I just got out of high school, just starting college, just starting junior college. Let's be fair. They were big music guys, so just
Mhm.
about every weekend we were heading up to Chicago to catch just whatever, I couldn't tell you how many bands I've seen do shows up at the Metro
Were you?
in Chicago for you Chicagoland folks listening.
I know, Phil. We
Yes.
probably went to a few They Might Be Giants shows together.
Yeah, probably.
And were you at the one where there was this couple? It was a guy and a girl who had matching
Were
shirts.
these the people who
Yeah.
stabbed John Linnell in the
That's
gut?
the one.
I
No.
remember that. Yeah,
No.
it was terrible, tragic.
Guy and a girl who, when the show started, they faced the audience
Okay.
and then started to pantomime
Oh.
like the lyrics to
Oh.
the songs.
Oh.
And I was just like,
That
you're
doesn't seem
ruining the show.
like a good thing.
Like, turn around and stop.
Was this in San Francisco?
I don't remember if it was San Francisco or Chicago.
Okay, I
but,
don't recall that. I may have blocked that from my memory.
I would not blame you if you did block it from your memory because it was so terrible.
That might have been the same day I told you to play the Kim Possible game.
Could have been.
Maybe.
Could have been.
So this couple was just like,
They were doing like mimes to the. They had a whole
Istanbul,
performance thing,
not Constantinople. Like,
and they were
like,
mouthing the lyrics. They were doing like. It was terrible.
because everyone was there to see those two people.
Exactly.
People weren't there to see the actual performers perform. They wanted to see a couple schmoes
Yeah. Yeah.
acting out. Oh, he's making a triangle with his hand. They must mean Triangle Man. Mhm.
That's right.
They
call me Dr.
Delightfully. Oh. No,
Anyway,
I do not
yeah.
recall that, but
Okay. Well,
but yeah.
that's a shame. And we were talking about concerts that we went to at E3 because at E3,
Yeah. Yeah.
All the parties from the major publishers, they would have some like big band
Right.
play.
Mhm.
Sony had
Playing their big band music.
Yeah. Oh man, I love big band music.
the Foo Fighters was the first one that I remember.
Weren't the Foo Fighters the ones that were booked to play Sony, and then when they left, they went over to Sega and played?
Yeah,
there
that's
too?
the one. Yes. They
Oh,
played
man.
it for free. And then who else? Oh, I saw the B-52s play a Nintendo party.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was in Atlanta, of course. And
Macy Gray.
We were talking
Yeah,
about
of
Macy
course.
Gray. Bill, you
Of
were
course.
just in that.
I was paying a delightful homage to Macy Gray.
And Beck.
Beck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Modern rock troubadour Beck.
Indeed. So yeah, that was probably like the last
True.
concert I went to. Was probably an E3 party.
Such a
That's
nerd.
funny. One of those. No, actually, no. I've been to more concerts than that since. I was just at the Killers in January. So
The first
Yeah,
concert
I
I
don't
ever
know what
went
I'm
to
talking
as a kid was Alabama.
Oh my.
but last mosh
Really?
pit I was in was Foo Fighters.
The last mosh pit I was in was Alabama.
I'm trying to remember the last mosh pit I was in. I was certainly at the Metro in Chicago. I don't know. It might have been Oingo Boingo.
Nice.
Oh,
Because I went
All right.
I went to see Oingo Boingo during their farewell tour, during their last tour. And I got caught up in because I was right up by the stage for that and got caught up in a pretty hefty mosh pit there. So
Well, I was at one of those Q101 summer festivals back in Chicago,
yeah.
and it was They Might Be Giants playing,
Yeah.
and there was a mosh pit.
Have
There
you
was a
seen-
mosh pit.
Now I know you've seen the Killers. Have you seen another show that wasn't They Might Be Giants?
Yes.
I mean, and you know, I certainly enjoy the music of They Might Be Giants, but other
Yes,
bands have played live shows.
I have
CJ likes what he likes.
many other bands.
I
in
understand.
concert, yes. But yeah, They Might Be Giants played the second stage at a Q101 festival
Okay.
back in the
You-
late 90s.
Q101, for those not from the Chicagoland area, was the local alternative rock station.
That's right. That's
in
right.
Chicago,
There
yeah.
was a mosh pit at this particular stage because it had just Q101 kids who went to that show.
Ah,
So
okay.
they started a mosh pit, and I got pushed over onto the
Now,
ground.
see, the one
And
time.
I'm not a small person, so pushing me
No,
to the
you're a
ground,
big guy.
They
You're a
Might Be
big guy.
Giants show is quite a feat.
Well,
It was like the ending to Mickey and the Beanstalk. Basically.
I mean, with your problem though is because you're so tall, your center of gravity is very
That's
high.
true.
So it's probably easier to knock you over than it would be to say knock me over.
You're
Because
probably right.
My center of gravity
Probably
is
right.
significantly lower to the ground.
Yeah.
The one time I was at a They Might Be Giants, which is not to say that I've only seen They Might Be Giants once. I've seen them a few times because I am
Yes.
a nerd.
Mhm.
But the one time I was at a They Might Be Giants show and a mosh pit was about to start.
Your mom broke it up.
No, the two guys, John and John, and They Might Be Giants, told everyone not to. Like in between songs, they were just kind of like, what's we were They Might Be
going on?
Giants. They Might Be Giants. This is why are you moshing to a They Might Be Giants show? Don't
Yeah.
do that. That's
Don't do that.
yeah.
It's stupid.
So
What was your first concert?
my first concert?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Greg,
do
do you
not
remember
recall.
your first concert?
I was serious when I said Alabama.
No,
I was not joking.
Okay.
believe you.
Okay.
Yeah, I do not know what my first concert was.
My first concert was Social Distortion. They're a
Okay.
Southern California punk band, and it was at the Vic in Chicago.
Okay.
it
Yeah.
was a great venue, actually. But I was in high school at the time.
Yeah.
My dad dropped me and a friend off
Yeah.
the venue, and then waited for us. Yeah.
You know what?
First show.
Sorry,
It was
Hacker
great.
Alias, Zelda's biggest fan, said his first concert was Prince.
That's a great
wow.
first
Oh,
concert.
That would have been amazing. I
Yeah.
lament the fact that I never got to see Prince live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, my first concert probably was either and again, here's a glimpse into my world, and to the surprise of no one, my first concert was probably either They Might Be Giants or Weird Al. So
I would love to have seen Weird Al in concert.
I have
and there may
not
be more
seen
chances,
Weird Al.
obviously.
oh yeah, I mean
but,
he's still touring and stuff.
Always
so,
touring. Yeah.
yeah.
And now my son is actually a huge Weird Al fan.
There you go. How old is
Which
he?
I love. He's 9.
Oh, that's
It
yeah,
just
that's prime.
adores- Yeah,
That is prime Weird Al age.
yeah, exactly. And so it's so great because I mean he has such a deep catalog now
Right.
that you
Mhm.
just I get to play stuff that he still finds funny and that I remember loving when I was a kid. So
So
Have you shown him
pretty
UHF?
cool. no, although I did come across my disc the other night, so probably
So
will see.
when-
It's like the 20th anniversary.
that'd
of
be
UHF.
that'd be tough
This
though
month.
because that does have a lot of references you won't get.
That's probably yeah.
because he's
Coder, the
probably
librarian.
because your son is probably like way down with Like a Virgin. So he really is getting the most out of Like a Surgeon.
But see, that's the thing is like he doesn't.
He doesn't know the originals,
He
does
doesn't
he?
need to. He doesn't care to know the originals.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
He knows the originals of the more current songs
Right.
that he's spoofed, but he just thinks that he's funny in general.
Right,
So
right.
I Lost on Jeopardy. He loves I Lost on Jeopardy.
Right.
He's never heard the original song, and he probably never will.
Yes,
but
which was of course I lost on the
Wheel
match
of Fortune.
game. No, it's the match game. It's an old song.
But your son's a huge fan of the game show Jeopardy.
Yeah, of course.
Well, who isn't?
Anyway,
Yeah.
All right, should we talk about video games?
it was kind of what we came here to do.
Oh, I'm in. You guys want to hear about when I saw Terrence Trent D'Arby?
Did you really? Did
I
you?
did. I did go to a Terrence Trent D'Arby show.
Or do you play
Wishing Well?
Wishing Well like 5
Yeah.
times and then leave the stage?
Does he have other songs?
I know, you know what? I'm not even a fan of Terrence Trent D'Arby, but my friend back in Illinois really wanted to see wanted to see him. And he was
Uh-huh.
like, "Phil, you're coming with me to see Terrence Trent D'Arby." So I was like, "Okay, I guess I have to."
You have to go see who?
Terrence Trent D'Arby,
Excellent.
yeah, who is playing again at the Metro in Chicago. The only thing I remember about that show was there was a guy there who was convinced I was trying to steal his girlfriend and got really overly protective.
Well, I mean, I can. Yeah, that's. I know you have that effect on a lot of couples.
it's
They
yeah.
see you and it's like, man, I
Yeah.
gotta watch out.
Men want to be me, women want me.
What to do with you,
Yeah, I mean, who can blame them?
right?
No, it was just my friend and I were standing around listening to the show, and there's this couple standing next to us, about our age,
It's
early.
on the fifth
early-
on-
Friend of
Encore
your friend of you were
Wishing
standing around
Well.
chanting, "Wishing well, wishing well,"
and he stopped and said, "I'm already playing it.
for the 8th
I'm
time.
right in the middle of it. Let me finish." and he's playing some very kind of slow song or something, but just there's a big crowd of people, and just sort of naturally the crowd sort of moving around.
Mosh pit.
An opening started in the crowd.
Trent D'Arby mosh pit.
there was an opening just sort of forming naturally in the crowd, and it looked like this is where the mosh pit's gonna. There's going to be a mosh pit. It's going to start. We are in the eye of the mosh pit right now, and I nudged my friend and just kind of cracked the joke. I was like, "Oh, here we go. The mosh pit is about to form," and he started chuckling. And this girl who was standing next to me, she started cracking up. She thought it was hilarious.
So clearly, no
then-
one was listening to Terrence Trent D'Arby at this point.
Right. Well, that's just well, he wasn't playing Wishing Well. So, but the guy she was with glared over at me, gave me this like just the most like I'm going to kill you look, and then just like walked up and put his body between me and his girlfriend, and then sort of draped his arms around her and pulled her into him.
True
And I was
love.
just like, wow, that's I mean, okay, that's fine.
Sure.
But I guess he saw me as a threat, and quite frankly, who wouldn't?
Hmm.
Yep.
Hmm.
So-
Hmm.
Alpha male.
That's what I think of when I think of Phil Theobald.
Have you seen my little plastic Ninja Turtle popsicle? It's not a real one.
Jesus Christ.
It's not a real Ninja Turtle popsicle.
Oh, and it's half melted.
It's half melt. Well, that's the base.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
the base. It's art.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's-
nice.
It's
It
art.
is. It's
like that.
art. Yeah.
It's art. It's vinyl. It's vinyl
You will
art.
spend your money on anything.
You'd be surprised how. What? No, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
Not alpha male. Watch out, ladies. Phil's coming along, and he's got his toys, melting
Okay.
toys.
All right.
How you guys been? I haven't seen you in a week. I missed you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we missed you too.
I don't believe that.
They take you or leave you.
I don't
Yeah.
believe that.
Well, let's talk about some video games.
I
There's
guess so.
really not much news happening. There's
That's why
so
we could spend 20 minutes talking about Terrence Trent Irby.
true.
Yeah.
So No Man's Sky is getting an update this week and
Oh,
an
yeah.
Xbox release.
And an Xbox release, yeah.
Yeah,
Was it not on Xbox before?
it was
No.
not on Xbox. No,
Oh my goodness, I did not know that.
it's not on Xbox.
Huh.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, Sony
and
funded
as
it, part of it,
such,
right?
Oh, did they?
What's that?
I believe so.
I
Didn't
think
Sony
they did,
fund
yeah.
it?
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
At least partly. Yeah. So Hello Games, big key developer Sean Murray there gave an interview to The Guardian.
Yes, and he hasn't really talked to the press much in 2 years.
It's been 2 years
None of them have.
exactly, and now they have this big update coming out. And I did want to call out one story that he talked about in this interview. He talks about the reception of the game back in 2016. And there's one particular quote that I'm going to read. He says, "I remember getting a death threat about the fact that there were butterflies in our original trailer and you could see them as you walked past them, but there weren't any butterflies in the launch game. I remember thinking to myself, maybe when you're sending a death threat about butterflies in a game, you might be the bad guy."
I read that
That's
article.
so crazy.
I read that article, and I want to be very clear. It's never okay to send death threats
No.
to someone. It's never okay to threaten to bomb a developer, which also happened. It's never okay to harass anybody over, well, really almost anything, much less a
Right.
video game. But I really don't, and I mean, this is the well, there's so many problems with this culture, but this is one of the things that ridiculous culture allows, is that, man, that guy flat out lied about what his game was right up until the point that it was launched. And this
Yeah.
story
Yeah.
pretty much absolves him of any wrongdoing in that situation. The most that touches it is like, it says something along the lines of like their biggest crime was not controlling the hype when it got out of control. It's like, well, no. The hype didn't get out of control. You sent the hype out of control.
He did say that he made a mistake and
Yeah,
that he admits that he's not the best at determining the appropriate response to press questions. He says that he doesn't like talking to press about the
I know.
game, which
I
of
just-
course he got shoved in front of the media
Yeah.
a lot. But yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. He did say yes that a lot of things that were not in the game were in the game,
Yeah.
or a lot of things that you kind of have to make your own fun in the game were official parts of the game, which is incorrect.
Right. And I'm just saying, I want to be very clear. The reaction that he got was not appropriate. It was not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. But it also allows him to be a victim here. And it sort of just, I don't know, we just gloss over the fact that, yeah, it was completely mishandled. That game was,
Sure.
the game's PR was completely mishandled, but he had a large part in that.
No.
A very large part
He
of that,
did, and he didn't have PR handlers telling him not to
which
say.
Sony should have done.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
they definitely should have. But hey, they have spent the last 2 years making improvements to the game, and this
Yeah.
next update adds multiplayer, real multiplayer, where you can have a party of 4 friends playing together.
Space
So,
of Thieves.
Space of Thieves, exactly.
CJ's all over it.
I enjoyed No Man's Sky back when it came out in 2016. I had a lot of fun just wandering around. I thought it was a very relaxing
lot?
game.
A lot of fun.
I'd
I
have to
enjoyed it
go
too.
back and check how many hours I played, but it was more than I usually spend playing.
I enjoyed it too, but I was over it pretty fast.
Yeah.
Like within a week.
It was a little longer than that for me.
I was over it within 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not enjoy my time with No Man's Sky.
You were not into it. So
Now-
are you going to download this update? Or are you going to give it another shot?
Oh, I got rid of that game long ago.
Oh, okay.
Long ago.
Okay. Greg,
No.
have you also gotten rid of it?
I think so. I'd have to go look.
Okay. I might try it this week. I might boot it up if I can get away from the other game I've been playing.
Which one's
What,
that?
what game is that?
Pool Panic from Adult Swim Games. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Jesus.
So yeah, No Man's Sky getting an update. That's good to see. It's good to see that such a divisive game, the development team has stuck by it and has made improvements, and that's great.
Yeah, for sure.
And focused on the people who liked the base that they had built. Anyway, did you guys see this Uncharted fan film, the Nathan Fillion?
I
saw
did.
like half of it.
Yeah.
I watched it. Yes.
What'd you think of it, Phil?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I thought as I think just about everyone always expected, Nathan Fillion makes a darn fine Nathan Drake.
Sure.
And what's his name? The guy who played Sully. He was
Yeah.
he was the bad guy from Avatar. I forget the actor's name.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What, did
I
you watch it?
I saw Sully. I saw Avatar once,
Okay.
and I don't have
he's-
very strong memories about it.
He was I forget. Someone in our chat should know. Someone in our chat, tell us who's the guy who was the bad
We're gonna
guy in
wait.
Avatar.
Yeah, the guy, that guy.
You know,
That
that
guy.
guy. No,
He wanted all the unobtainium.
no, I think he just wanted to kill the blue people. I think.
Oh, I thought it was.
I
'cause
don't-
They have the unobtainium.
I don't remember much of that.
I don't either.
But
I saw it once. I don't remember any of it.
but yeah, it was Stephen Lang.
Stephen Lang.
Thank you, pixelated sausage. Stephen Lang, who I would have probably never thought of as someone to play Sully, but he did a darn fine job, I thought.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought it felt suitably Uncharted-y for me.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, and the only reason I didn't watch it is I just didn't find the time to go back and watch it. But what I watched was great.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like you said, I mean,
Good.
Nathan Fillion, we all knew he would make a great,
Right.
Uncharted.
Kind of is Uncharted,
Exactly.
or Uncharted is kind of him.
I was going to say that character always seems like it was based on him anyway. Maybe that was-
Exactly.
but-
Hmm.
Exactly. No, you're
Yeah.
you're right.
Indeed.
You're right.
Indeed.
I mean, they're
Yeah.
both named Nathan,
Oh my gosh.
I know.
right?
You're just now
Right.
making that connection.
Right?
Whoa.
Science.
Whoa.
Mind blown.
Whoa.
Mhm.
Ah.
Mhm. All right then.
Yeah. So that's that.
And,
Is that
and that's the news. There's
Well,
really-
one thing
that's the news that CJ saw a fan film?
One thing
I
I think that is worth
And it was
pointing out
good.
as well, because
Yeah.
I think it's on for another week, is there's a massive sale going on the Xbox store right now.
True.
With
Over
like
700 games. Something
yeah,
like
and like some of them are like
Jeez.
75% off.
Holy cats.
Like I
Yeah.
picked up Battlefront 2 for 20 bones tonight.
Yeah.
Which I was really happy about because my son's wanted that since it came out, but I just didn't want to. Games are $100 here after tax, so
right.
So yeah, I'm really happy to see that for $20, and there's a lot of stuff on there that's like $20 or less, and it's not insignificant games, and it's not just indie games either. I mean, you should check it out. It's a really really good collection of games on sale, and like I said, I think it's on for another week. So.
Cool.
Yeah. Hey Phil, I don't know if you saw that there's a Taiko no Tatsujin game coming out for the Nintendo Switch in Japan.
know
I
that-
think it came out on like Friday.
Don't know what that is.
Thursday or Friday.
Didn't
Taiko
Phil talk about
Drum
buying
Master.
that like a couple weeks ago or something?
Did you
plan
buy
on
it?
buying it? Did you plan on
Hmm?
buying it?
I did not buy it.
No?
I did not buy it. I've heard rumors that it may be coming out here.
I heard that as well because it's got like a rating classification from somewhere in Europe, I think.
Yeah.
But will it include all of the fun like Japanese versions of Moana songs and
Probably not.
anime
Probably.
themes like head chala, head chala. You know,
Sing
you
it.
know that one?
No, I don't. Sing it. Hum a few bars.
Hey, chala, chala. Isn't that it?
Shala! Hinshallah!
That's the one. That right there. You
Oh,
did it.
I like my
Dragon-
version better.
Dragon Ball
Dragon Ball.
Z theme over in Japan there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got Jump Up Superstar in there as well.
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot of fun tracks. I'm very tempted to create a Japanese eShop account and download Taiko no Tatsujin because it looks like it could be really fun.
Yeah.
The motion controls, it looks like they really got the control down with those. And it
What?
also then makes me want a Samba de Amigo.
Got the controls
That's
down.
Yeah, without the drum, using just the Joy-Cons.
I'd be interested to see how a
side.
What do you
things.
do with the joy? Do you actually use the Joy-Cons
actually-
like
Yeah,
a
use the
drumstick?
Joy-Cons like the Taiko mallets, and then to do the side hits, you actually have to turn the Joy-Cons and do the hit.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'd be interested to see how a Samba de Amigo would play with Joy-Cons. That would probably play really well.
I think it would.
Yeah.
It
good
didn't
idea,
fit the
Johnston.
original Wii controllers, but that was before Motion
That was
Plus
they were pretty
came
terrible.
out.
Hmm.
So,
No, you don't normally have very good ideas, CJ, but that one was pretty good.
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Hey, listen, I'm just giving credit where credit's due.
Wow.
Phil, don't criticize me for praising CJ once in a while.
That's right.
Okay.
Once in a while.
Oh, it's got a Cruel Angels thesis on there from Superstar Evangelion. Did you ever see
Uh-huh.
that show?
Yeah,
Superstar
yeah,
Evangelion.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the robots and stuff.
I think it's time to go into what we've been playing. What do you think about that?
Well, we've wasted at least a half an hour, so
At least, I mean, we've got like
nothing.
we had some good conversations there. I learned a lot about you guys.
We had conversations.
I didn't-
We've become closer as friends.
That's right. What are you talking about?
And who's to say that's a waste of time? Huh?
Exactly.
May not be good radio, but I mean, my golly, we're closer than we've ever been.
Indeed.
Oh, snap! Train is on the Japanese version of Taiko no Tatsujin.
What's that? What's that?
Train. That's the Blue Hearts. It's one of the Blue Heart songs.
Okay.
Just
That's
uh,
no clearer to me now than it was 5 seconds ago.
What is that again?
It is a song that has been featured in the Taiko no Tatsujin series for quite some time.
uh-huh.
From a prolific Japanese punk pop band, the Blue Hearts.
Okay then.
So, and One Night Carnival is in there as well.
You might go through the whole track list now. Is
You
that-
might remember One Night Carnival from the Oendan series. If you've played the
Oh.
Oendan games, so
There
I'm
you
just saying.
But is
Broseph?
what is it? Moon Over the Castle? Isn't that the Gran Turismo song?
Oh, that's a great
Is
song.
that on there?
I
One
would
Over the
imagine,
Castle's great.
not.
It
I would
should
imagine
be.
not though. No.
It should be
Let
on
me- let me-
everything.
Let me look in game music.
Nope.
No.
Not
Got-
there.
Got some Ridge Racer music though. Greg.
Ridge Racer music can be good.
Gregory.
Is it Ridge Racer 5 music?
I don't know. It just says Ridge Racer.
Then it's not.
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
So
Well, I've been playing a little game called Pool Panic from Adult Swim Games and Wreckham.
Cue commercial.
Cue commercial. It is the world's least realistic pool simulator, and you use the concepts in billiards. That is potting balls using the cue ball.
potting balls.
Potting balls?
Yeah, you have to
Potting?
pot balls.
I've
That's
never heard that term.
balls.
You can legally do that here in Washington, though. That's one of the nice things.
You're going to be able to legally do it countrywide up here very soon.
Oh, congratulations!
Mm.
Good job, Canada.
Then you have to avoid knocking the 8-ball in until the very last ball.
Can you
Potting
pot
the
your,
8-ball?
can you pot your
Potting-
balls
potting
in
the 8-ball.
Atlanta, in Georgia? There, probably not. It's the South, right?
No, you can't.
must.
No,
Oh,
there's
man.
none of that here
I was
yet.
looking forward to our all high show.
Yeah, not happening.
Well, we
Yeah,
are
but,
going to be in Vegas in October.
Oh, that's
True.
true. Please look
So,
forward
yeah,
to it.
Pool Panic, over 100 levels in
Uh-huh.
it of crazy fun. It starts off
Sounds
regular
excruciating.
on a pool table with usual type rules, and then it gets a lot zanier with a campground level where the balls come in on a bus, and there are various there are various special balls that you can only pot with certain conditions. Like you have
Is that an
Okay,
actual
is pot
pot?
another word for sink? Is that
So yeah, sink.
okay?
Yeah.
Who says
saying?
pot?
I've never heard that before.
Is that
It's a real term.
is it?
It is. Go look it up.
This is the one thing CJ's taken away from being the producer on this game. This is his Hey, and I get it. I get it. I mean, I worked at a studio that did cricket games once, so I have a working knowledge of how you play cricket. I don't really know what's going on, but I can sound like I do.
Anyway,
CJ
it gets zanier. There's a
CJ's
biker gang. There's a bank heist thing. Like there's a lot of
CJ's
like
going
really
into pool halls now and like
interesting levels.
really
here.
emphasizing.
Hey, let's make it interesting. $50 a pot.
Exactly.
Get the hell out of here.
I bet you 20 I can pot the 8-ball in that pocket in the corner.
Yep.
The corner pocket, sir.
Corner
I don't
potted.
know. I only learned the term pot.
Anyway, game's super fun, super weird, and it's available on the Nintendo Switch and
Yeah.
PC, and it's $14.99,
Sounds like a
Okay.
very fair price.
and it's a ton of fun. Yeah, over 100 levels, 100 stages,
100.
100.
Who could live
Yeah.
at that speed?
Not me.
Mm-hmm.
Pot
Uh,
is a billiards term.
Yeah.
Well, this doesn't say any. Pot is a billiards term that is a part of billiard technique terminology. So it's a billiards term that's used in billiards.
Good work, internet.
Thanks, internet. Thanks, billiardsforum.com.
Well, I guess if they think if you're visiting that site, you already know.
Pot is a
What is-
cue sport term heard chiefly in the UK or used primarily by the British. In one sense of the word, pot is the same as pocket as it relates to the act of putting an object ball in a pocket.
That's correct. Yeah,
So
CJ,
it's
the
a-
developer's British.
they are.
There you
Oh,
go.
well, there, that's
and the mystery is solved.
there. It is.
The mystery has been solved.
Yeah, here in the US we say sink, dude.
Here in Canada, we just don't play pool.
All right then.
Uh,
Well, in addition to Pool Panic, I've been playing Bomb Chicken on the Switch.
okay.
It is a game
These
by
are not real game time. Pool Panic,
Pool
Bomb
Panic,
Chicken.
Bomb Chicken. They
I've
are
been-
real. They're
I've
real.
been playing some Laser Shoe and some horse jump. They're
So
real.
when you were putting together the marketing for Pool Panic,
Yeah.
please tell me that at some point or other the phrase "play with your balls" was floated as.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
good. All right.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I was going to lose faith in you there for a minute.
I think
Yeah.
that's even like in some of the tweets that we did. Yeah.
All
There
right.
you go.
Anyway, Bomb Chicken, yes,
Yeah.
also on the Switch by developer Nitrome. They did a bunch of really great Flash games, and they do some mobile games. This is their first, I think, game on the Switch. It is a puzzle platformer with an 8 or 16-bit art style. You play a chicken,
Which is it?
16-bit. There you go.
Okay.
Don't get it wrong, or Phil will never let you live it down.
Seriously.
It's a 24-bit art style.
There you
Is
go.
it 8-bit like the Scott Pilgrim game? 'Cause all my NES games look just like that Scott Pilgrim game.
It's 4-bit. Yeah.
Okay, that I'll believe.
You know that the NES wasn't the only 8-bit system on the market, right?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just
Wow.
okay,
Right,
Master
well, then.
System. It's like the Master System.
What about the Atari 7800?
See, there you go.
Nobody cares about that.
There were others.
More people care about the Master System. At least the Master System had Brazil. What is that?
That's
What
true.
does the 7800 have?
Europe? No, I don't even think it had Europe.
7800 has nobody.
7800 had nothing.
That's
No.
true. You're right. You're right.
No.
Sadly. Anyway, Bomb Chicken. Yeah,
Bomb
you
Chicken.
you lay not eggs but bombs.
That sounds painful.
How
It
did
does
the
sound painful?
How did the chickens reproduce then?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't ask those types of questions. It's video game logic here.
Hmm.
So yeah, you use that if you have to, instead of jump, you lay bomb eggs, and It's
Blow yourself up ledges and stuff.
Yes, that's right. And it's a sort of like a puzzle platformer game. I've done like 3 or 4 levels now, and it's cool. It's a fun little platforming challenge. It is not as difficult as a game like Celeste in the platforming department, but I've heard that it's a very short and sweet title, and I was totally into that. It got a lot of really great reviews, and I picked it up. And yeah, music, graphics, and challenge seems to be on point. So,
All right,
do that and report back to you. And of course, I've been playing Sea of Thieves, but we all knew that.
we knew that.
Yeah. All right, Phil.
Yes.
What do you got for us?
Oh golly, you know, I took advantage of that Xbox sale a little bit.
Yes.
I bought Rogue Legacy again. Because why not?
Jesus
Again.
Christ.
How many copies of Rogue Legacy is that now? Like 4?
Well, let's. Did it come out on PS? It came out on PS3, right?
Yes.
I think it-
Because I probably
May
got the
have.
PS3/Vita version, and I believe I have it on PS4, and I certainly have it on Xbox One, and I certainly have it on Steam. So yeah, I have a few
bunch of
versions.
times. Okay.
I have a few versions of that. I even bought it the physical PC version.
Really?
they-
Oh,
they-
from like
they-
Indie Box?
Now they released a while ago GameStop, that
Never heard of it.
awful store GameStop, released a handful of indie games in steelbook packaging. So I got the Rogue Legacy steelbook just cause I love that
So
game
did it
so
come
much.
with a game or was it a download code?
I believe it was just a download code, but it also came with the soundtrack on like a CD or something. I just got it because this is Rogue. Yeah,
Because you like Rogue
I
Legacy.
just like Rogue Legacy. Yeah, I just like steel. I like steel books and I like Rogue Legacy. So what you gonna do? You know what? I was playing the hottest new Adult Swim game, Pool Party. Have you heard about this game? Where-
I thought it was Pot Party.
I'm sorry.
It's all about potting balls.
Pot party.
Yeah.
Yes. I was playing a little bit of Pool Party. I have a friend who
Pool Panic. Pool Panic.
What's it called?
Oh, it's called Pool Panic.
Party Panic. Playing Party Panic. A friend of mine was able to get me a code. So
that's a pretty nice friend.
thank you, Charles. I appreciate that. Charles works at Adult Swim Games.
We do have a Charles.
Do you-
Phil
has-
happens to be
Phil has a friend who has an uncle that works at Adult Swim Games.
I just
one of the producers on the game. Yeah,
there actually was a Charles working on this game.
that's right. Yeah.
That is see.
How'd you know that? How's that?
Does he listen to the show?
No,
Does
he
he-
doesn't.
That's a shame because it would have blown his mind had you not said anything. But yeah, so yeah, it's a fun game.
Yeah.
So if I'm trying to find a way to delicately tell you how I feel about this game. Look at that look of worry on CJ's face.
What are you trying to say, Phil?
No, Pool Panic. No, Pool Panic's a lot of fun. I played through maybe about half a dozen or so stages of it, and I am having a good time. Although I'll tell you what, I am not very good at it. In terms of clearing the tables in the kind of requisite amount of shots.
Me neither.
Yeah,
I'm not good at that either.
Yeah, because whenever you finish a level, you get little awards based on what is it, like how quickly is it a time limit one?
Yes.
Or there's a time limit one. So it judges you
How many
based on
shots?
how many shots you made, if you were able to sink all the balls, and if you avoided scratching, to use a pool terminology.
Indeed. Yes.
So scratching, of course, is
Scratching your balls.
scratching your balls.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that means that's what's
The
when
full
you.
term used in
That's
pool.
what's when you knock the pool, the cue ball. When you knock the cue ball into a hole, it's scratching. So
When you pot the cue ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you know
Scratch.
in high school PE, I actually took a pool. We had pool.
Did you really?
We had, yeah.
Oh,
In,
we had bowling.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
God.
PE.
Yeah. In our senior year of high school,
We had poker.
Did you really?
No.
I was gonna say no, but we had like kind of weird fun things that you could we had like archery and
Sure.
billiards and stuff like that. So yeah, it was
So you
pretty
did
great.
billiards in school?
I did.
Did you have to take a bus to a bar down the
Yes,
street?
we did. Yes, indeed, we actually did. We all went and piled into a bus, and we drove about 10 minutes over to a kind of seedy pool hall, and we all stood around and played pool for.
That was the same for me with bowling. We took a bus
Yeah,
to the bowling alley.
nice.
Yeah, I took bowling for 2 semesters. It was great.
Oh, were you got into advanced bowling?
Advanced bowling.
Very
Yeah.
good. Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
How did you do on your bowling section of your SATs?
Oh, I scored very high.
That's good. Yeah.
Mhm.
But no, pool panic is a lot of fun. So I recommend it, and I thank you,
Indeed.
CJ, for your generosity and
No problem.
and your skills in producing fine video entertainment.
Well, thank you.
What do you think about that?
Thank you very much.
Now, will you send me the goddamn pin?
I told you we have to play Sea of Thieves.
Jeez, I just gave you a free ad. I sold out, man.
I'll think about it.
You are a jackal. You are a jackal, and I don't like you much.
What else you got?
Captain Toad, treasure tracker trimmer. I picked up Captain Todd for the Switch. Which did you guys play Captain Todd on the
I did.
on
Not
the,
on the Switch,
the
no.
Wii U? Did you play it on the Wii U though?
I did play it on the Wii U.
Briefly, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same game, but now it's now it's on
great,
the Switch.
though. It's
That was
great.
better because it's on Switch, right?
Exactly, and you can take it with you.
Yeah.
That
That's
makes
a
it
fun-
better.
That's a fun game though. I'm enjoying that. Finn is having a good time with Captain Toad as well. He's been playing that, and he's actually been doing pretty well in it. And he's again, this is kind of him getting dipping his toe into a little more serious gameplay experiences, and he's pretty pleased with himself for figuring out the puzzles and stuff like that. So
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. I also, you know what? Now I see people. When I say people, I mean Hacker Alias, Zelda's biggest fan,
Uh-huh.
yakking about 20XDX on our YouTube chat right now. Did I talk about that on the show?
I'm pretty sure you
Believe you
did 2
did.
weeks ago.
Did I? Okay. Yeah, because I did pick up 20XDX. It's pretty good. It's okay.
That's what you said 2 weeks ago.
Boy, the art style.
Yeah.
PU though. My goodness, it is
Doesn't look like Mega Man enough for you?
well, no, it looks like it looks like someone picked up one of those how to draw manga books that are written by a white guy, and it's like it's crappy fake manga art. So it's an ugly game, but it is pretty fun though.
That's a
But you
box quote. Ugly art.
ugly art.
Drawn by a white guy. Filthy evolved.
Yeah,
On
that's right.
podcast.
That's right. You know what though? Speaking of indie games, I picked up that Hollow Knight that
Oh, yeah.
everyone's raving about.
Mhm.
I picked up Hollow Knight because I've been in the mood after playing Bloodstained. I've been kind of itching for a Metroid style game.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Dead Cells is coming out in a couple weeks
That's true.
for Switch, which I pre-purchased that already. I got it preloaded and such. But Hollow Knight is of that ilk. and I've heard not but good things about it, so I picked it up, and yeah, it's pretty good. I've not gotten too terribly far into it,
Yeah.
just because I haven't had time, but it is good. But you know what? Again, if I can complain about art styles again,
Mm-hmm.
have you seen this the Hollow Knights?
I have. Yeah, I picked it up as well.
It's have you played it at all?
I have. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, did you talk about it last week?
I
'Cause I
talked
didn't
about
listen.
it
I
the
didn't
week
listen.
after E3 because it came out the week after E3.
Okay. Man, that like fake Tim Burton style.
Wait, you don't like it?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's worn out its welcome when it's from Tim Burton, you know.
Yeah.
So, do I need to see warmed over fake Tim Burton style art? It's just it's gotten
I don't
a
know.
little
Does
tired.
anyone actually remember that this is fake Tim Burton style art?
I think so. I mean, Tim Burton's around making his crap movies still. I think people remember.
Okay. Yeah.
You go into Hot Topic and it's still like, a good 40% Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
So
You remember a time, Phil,
I do.
when
I remember all times.
do you remember a time? There was a time when I was super into Nightmare Before Christmas, and there was no
Now you hate it, don't you?
Nightmare Before Christmas merchandise
What?
around.
What was this?
This was
When
it was like a year or two after the movie came out.
Okay. Before it kind of caught on with all the
caught on,
the goth kids, yeah.
But I don't know if you remember, it was really big in Japan.
Was it
Like,
really?
it was Nightmare Before
I do
Christmas
not
was really
remember
big
that.
there, and they had a lot of merch. And
Yeah.
I got a Nightmare Before Christmas pocket watch
Okay.
from Japan, and
Yeah.
also like a Jack Skellington like posable figure
Okay.
from Japan. This
Yeah.
was before that stuff was all over Hot Topics everywhere.
Right.
I was importing the stuff from Japan,
Do you-
importing
do
the good stuff.
Do you still have that?
I think I do somewhere.
Man, you might be able to sell your that pocket watch, a rare
able to.
Japanese Nightmare Before Christmas pocket watch.
Yeah,
So
I'll have
I
to
don't
look.
know. But yeah, I mean Hollow Knight's still pretty good though. I'm enjoying that.
It is good.
Yeah. I also picked up Sonic Mania Plus came out. this
It
past
did.
week.
Did you pick up the physical?
I picked up the physical version for Switch. Just to have it, and it's got the reversible box art where it looks like a Genesis game.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cute. I mean, and it's Sonic Mania Plus. It's
But
Sonic
the stuff
Mania.
they added, right, is mostly like competition stuff and like time attack
Yeah.
stuff. It's not really like
Yeah, but
I guess they like did a harder remix of the game, which I
but
don't
you
know
have
if
the
I'm
two
excited.
new characters though. You have the
Yeah,
two
that's true.
playable characters, which is new. So that was
Mighty and
Mighty and Mighty
Ray.
the armadillo.
Yeah.
And Ray the flying squirrel. Both of whom were from the Sega
Arcade?
Sonic the Hedgehog arcade game that nobody played.
I played once.
Well, yeah, it was at what E3, right?
E3, yeah, and also a CES.
Okay.
Yeah.
I played it at E3 certainly back in the day. This is the trackball game.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, it would have been nice if they had included that in the game as a bonus or something. Just because that arcade game has not
been out on. Has it been released?
The arcade game has never been re-released. Nope. That is still an arcade exclusive.
That is a shame.
And again, nobody, relatively speaking, has played it because I don't think it ever got wide distribution,
I don't
did
think
it?
so either. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I mean, the only place we've played it were trade shows. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's all I've been playing though.
Okay. Greg.
I don't think Greg's here. Greg's camera's turned off.
He
left.
disappeared at a good
left.
time.
What else have you
Yeah.
seen in concert? I saw Soul Coughing a few times back in the day.
Oh yeah,
Remember-
yeah.
Remember Soul Coughing?
I do.
Yeah, see.
I saw Huey Lewis in the News a few years ago, and
a few
apparently-
years ago.
A few years ago. That's right.
Like not like back when you were a kid, but like recently.
Recently, it was like the 25th or 30th anniversary of the release of Sports.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And Huey Lewis now is unable to sing. I don't know if you saw
no.
that.
Is this like a medical thing or
It's a
something?
medical thing, yeah.
Oh, what's he have?
I don't recall the name of it, but I was very glad I saw them in concert before that.
Oh, you saw him before
Before he
lost
could
the
sing.
ability to sing. Okay,
Yeah.
because I was thinking, boy, that must have been. I mean, it's awful. I feel bad for him, but
Yeah.
but that must have been a terrible concert if he is unable to sing.
It was just the news. Yeah.
Huh.
Where did Greg go?
I don't know. Now I'm trying to. Oh, here it is. In April 2018, Lewis revealed that he was suffering from hearing
There he is.
loss
Uh-huh.
as a result of. Oh my gosh, I can't say this. There's
A lot of vowels in there. or
there's a
consonants.
lot of accent marks.
Mhm.
Meniere's disease.
Mhm.
And canceled all upcoming tour dates. So he has hearing loss. Doesn't
That's
say
Awful.
Oh, hearing loss. Okay.
doesn't say he can't sing, but I would imagine the hearing loss probably affects his
imagine
singing.
Not being able to hear.
Right,
makes
not
it
being
hard.
able to hear your voice. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we're talking about concerts again there, Greg.
I noticed.
because you left. You just
Yeah.
you just
And what
decided
else is there to talk about?
to go away without.
I just want you both to know this whole episode has been excruciating. So
Well,
For us too. I mean,
that's 611 episodes in. I would have figured you to kind of have that as your default by now.
Yeah.
I was just saying how I picked up Sonic Mania Plus, Greg.
oh yeah, how's that?
Yeah. I mean, it's Sonic
You're gonna have
Mania.
to listen back to the show
Exactly.
now. You missed it.
And that's
It's-
the problem for me.
Yeah,
I missed it.
You're not picking it up again.
No, I can't justify. I mean, I was that guy who wouldn't pick up remakes from previous generations back when like the PS4 came out, and like
Right.
I have the same thing. I have a problem picking up full price remakes of games that came out on the Wii U on my
Okay.
Switch. It's been less than 12 months since Sonic Mania came out,
Right.
True.
and I bought the special edition.
Oh yeah, that's right. See, I
So
did.
I've spent my money on Sonic Mania.
Yeah, I just
You know?
when it first came out, I just bought the digital version. So
I'd love to have a physical copy of it, and I love the whole reversible cover that makes it look like a Genesis box and everything. It's all
Right.
very cool. Like it's got my name written all over it, but yeah, I can't justify buying it again.
yeah, I actually had to ask for a discount at the store because your name was written all over it.
Yes,
Why am I paying for
it
this?
took a lot of time.
Why am I paying for this?
Mm.
So that's all I've been playing. Greg,
I've got nothing interesting to talk about as usual.
Nothing? No.
welcome to the Player One podcast.
I played a bunch of old games again last week.
Yeah,
I played a game. Phil, you would love this. I played a game
I-
called Time Zone,
Time Zone.
which came out in 1982.
Okay.
It was a Roberta Williams joint for online systems because they
Man,
were called
between-
Sierra Online. at the
Between
point.
this and the potting.
I know, right?
Mm.
But it was a 12 disc game
Oh,
in 1982.
right. And when you say disc,
I'm talking. I think 5 1/4 floppies.
exactly.
So it was actually 6 double-sided discs.
Wow.
Had something like 1,500 screens.
Hmm.
Oh.
Costed $99 in 1982.
How many scrolls does it have?
Holy crap.
Which
No scrolls?
Adjusted for inflation. I'm not even listening to CJ. Adjusted for inflation, $250
Wow.
was the price of the game.
Damn.
And it was probably the first example of the sort of insane puzzle systems that you would see in CR games. Like, as an example, you had to go like I had to go back 15 million years. You have a time machine in the game, obviously. I had to go back 15 million years to find a stick
Okay.
so that I could go back 4 million years and start a fire in a forest.
Okay.
Because that was where you could get wood 15 million years ago. You had to go
Wait.
15 million years back.
He had to
And-
come back
Yeah.
and set the fire in a forest?
No, it was to keep cavemen warm. So they wouldn't eat you.
Okay.
But you couldn't just go out into the forest that surrounded the cave they were in and get
a
some
branch.
firewood.
Right.
I think
go-
Roberta Williams has been potting
11 million years in the past to find wood to bring 11 million years forward in time to start a fire for a bunch of cavemen who give you some other thing that you had to go to the year 2048 to use. It was just it's oh man, it was rough. That's rough.
Crazy.
But interesting to see, because knowing where sort of Sierra Games went.
Right.
And it is actually a very early example of games that were done by more than a couple of people. I think it was an 11-person team working for a year on this game, which was pretty much unheard of in 1981, 82, somewhere in there. So anyway, there's not really much else to say about it, but that's one of the things that I played this week that was just like, I think it's interesting for what it represents. It's not very good. But yeah, more interesting to you though, I started playing Mega Man and Bass this week on the Super Nintendo.
Very good.
So that game was what, a 1990? Was it 98 that it came out? It came out really late.
Yeah, it was definitely late
in the 90s, and it's a Super Nintendo game, a follow-up to Mega Man 8 on the PlayStation 1 and Saturn.
Now, this did not come out in the US.
No, well, it did eventually on the Game Boy Advance, but
but it was
Famicom. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it did not come out on Super NES here.
But I think Keiji Inafune did an interview at some point saying that this was sort of for the little kids who had their older brothers and sisters Super Famicoms and weren't able to play Mega Man 8 because they didn't own the new systems. It gave them a new Mega Man game for the Super Famicom, intimating that this was created for children. This game is effing hard.
Which is different from every other Mega Man game.
Well, it's different from like Mega Man 8. Mega Man 8 is not very difficult.
That's true.
Yeah, it's got moments that are tough, but I mean, this game, holy God, I played it for an hour and a half this week, and I mean, I was making progress, but it is unforgiving, like in sort of a classic Mega Man style for sure. It's not any worse than anything else. It's not as hard as Mega Man 7, but Mega Man 7 was hard for terrible reasons. Mega Man 7 was hard just because it didn't have very good design.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, Mega Man and Bass. So I've been playing through his bass. I'm about halfway through the game playing his bass, which it's kind of interesting to play a Mega Man game with a character that's so completely different. Like because with Bass, he stands still when he fires, and he can fire 360. Well, not 360 degrees, almost 360 degrees. He can't fire straight down. And he has his shots have limited range, and they're also really weak, but they're rapid fire. So it's kind of just interesting to take on, this type of platformer with a completely different character. Oh, and he has a double jump, which is nice.
Yeah.
But so I'm about halfway through that, and I'm gonna keep playing it because like I said, I've been working my way through all the sort of proper Mega Man games, and I've had this one. It's a repro that I bought from my Super Nintendo. So it's got English text in it. And I've had it for a few years, and finally, now I have an excuse to play it before I finally dive into Mega Man 9 and 10. Which means I should be ready for Mega Man 11 when it comes out.
Oh yeah.
I'll know the story. I'll know everything.
Yeah, but it's a very involved story.
And Mega Man and Bass, it reuses a lot of graphics from Mega Man 8. It reuses some bosses from Mega Man 8.
Right.
It has some new bosses. Thought it was interesting actually that some of the bosses that are featured in this game are actually you see them in sketch form in the ending to Mega Man 8.
Oh, really?
I mean, something that I'm not sure a whole bunch of people know, but I think after the first game, they started basically contests where mostly children would send in sketches of boss robot masters, I should call them, that they would select and use as the basis for bosses in subsequent games. And when you finish Mega Man 8, you see that when they were showing all the robot masters, you would actually see the accompanying sketches that they were created from. But then when you went into the credits, they actually show a bunch of sketches that weren't used as robot masters, but they're clearly the basis for some of the characters in Mega Man and Bass. And there's one in particular that I and my chat on my Twitch channel have lovingly coined CJ Man, because he's pirate captain.
I get it.
Figured,
I understand. Yeah. No, I get that joke.
Yeah. CJ didn't even smile.
Hi there.
That was back. That didn't work at all.
Yeah.
And the other game that I played this week was Faxanadu, underrated NES classic spin-off of the who did the Xanadu games? The Dragon
Falcom, right?
Falcom, yeah, Nihon
Yeah.
Falcom game.
Yep.
Really good game, really good NES game. Side-scrolling, kind of a Zelda 2 that fewer people hated, which was nice. But no, I really enjoyed that. I played it for like an hour and a half. It was donor request. A lot of people on the channel had heard of it, but had never actually played it. So it was kind of cool to see the reactions because there's some really interesting things done in that game. And it was one of those games where you buy different equipment and it would actually change the character sprite and that sort of thing. Also, remember the whole reason that I even knew about that game was because it was in the Mega Man 2 issue of Nintendo Power.
Okay.
Which was, I've said before on the show, was the first issue of Nintendo Power to come to Canada. And those of us who were members and had the free subscription to what was called Nintendo Power Flash, which was just like a monthly pamphlet that they sent out that were just pages from Nintendo Power, and then Canadian reader mail. We all got that for free. So yeah, Mega Man 2 and Faxanadu were both covered in that game, like the full map style, like how Nintendo Power used to do it. So yeah, Faxanadu it is very difficult. Zelda's biggest fan in the chat is talking about that, but so good. But yeah, so nothing new this week for me. Just playing a bunch of old stuff still. Still streaming Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. CJ will put a link to the chat there to the Twitch channel in the show notes, I hope.
Indeed, I do. Yes.
But that's it. That's all I got.
All right, then I think it's time for tweets.
Tweedly diddly dee. Tweedly diddly dee. Tweet. A tweet.
Alrighty then. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias Soundscape 419. Which are the top 3 best console logos?
Oh wow.
Logos.
Love. Let's see here. I always thought the N64 logo was pretty clever. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that.
Really like the original Mega Drive logo.
I like the Mega CD logo, the blue and yellow.
The Japanese one?
The Japanese logo, yes.
Yeah. I kind of always
That's a
liked the
good
Sega CD logo just because they made the CD look like a CD.
Super Famicom logo.
Yeah, the Super Famicom logo is classic.
That's a great one.
Yeah, that's great for sure.
I like the orange swirl.
The Dreamcast?
Yeah.
Orange swirl.
Love the original PlayStation logo.
Yeah.
Yes. Original PlayStation logo is great. Yeah.
I'd say those are probably, yeah. Oh, the first Xbox. I thought the original Xbox logo was a really, I thought it was, I don't know. I always thought it was pretty distinctive. I liked the way it looked. How it just looked, there's that green X that looked like it was, built out of cracks in the surface, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I like that one too.
Big fan of that.
Big fan, huh?
Big fan.
Yeah.
Big fan. Yeah.
Phil, you got any other logos you like?
Think of. I think I think of off the top of my head.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Like the Spider-Man 2 PlayStation 3 logo?
No.
Spider-Man?
Oh,
No.
That's terrible.
That was
PlayStation 3.
What you were thinking.
bad idea. Bad idea.
Indeed. All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias PX Sausage.
Why are you
Are you asking?
yeah.
No, let's do this
you
one
seem
from Hacker
confused.
Alias. We're going to do this one from Hacker Alias PX Sausage, who says, if you could bring back any franchise you love, but you'd had to kill a still ongoing franchise you love, what would you resurrect and what would you murder with an ice pick, repeatedly stabbing it in its figurative neck? I'd kill GTA and resurrect Jade Empire.
Well, first of all, if you're going to murder something with an ice pick, you go for the ear, not the neck. Okay. That's
Okay.
just boom, one shot in there, scramble the brain, and you're done. Instead of just
Yeah.
jabbing around, hoping you hit the artery. Okay. Second of all, I would. What would I kill? It has to be. It has to be.
I'd kill Blinks the Time Sweeper and bring back Voodoo Vince. Just
But
for
you
suggestions.
don't like Blinks the Time Sweeper
or Voodoo Vince. So.
or Voodoo Vince. Yeah. And Voodoo Vince came back and nobody played that.
Voodoo Vince came back.
Did he really?
They did a remaster
When was this?
Oh, that doesn't count.
like a year ago or a year and a half ago.
That's not accurate. I don't believe that.
It was a year. Yeah, a year. Yep.
Really?
Happened. It happened.
Really?
And for like 5 minutes, there were a lot of people that were very excited about that.
Voodoo Vince.
God, I hated that game on the original Xbox. I thought that was such a terrible platformer. It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't. It was okay. It was bad, but it just did like it didn't do anything new or fun with platforming.
What would
It's tough.
Yeah. What would I?
I'd bring
kill?
back Sly Cooper.
Oh,
And
that's
I'd
a good
kill-
answer.
I'd kill
Yeah.
Infamous and bring back Sly Cooper.
Damn.
Leave it to Sucker Punch.
Not a bad one.
Yeah.
Trying to think, what would I kill? What would I kill? What do I like? What's a series?
What's a series that you
What's
like?
a series?
Even that
that I
hasn't come back.
What's a series that I like? Would I?
I just like sitting here listening to Phil think about it.
No,
I know.
I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to
It's a
think.
very
Of,
zen moment.
yeah,
What
I would kill-
like-
I would kill Uncharted and bring back Kid Nicky Radical Ninja. There we go.
Could you really call that a series, though?
What, Kid Nicky Radical Ninja?
Yeah.
There's 4 damn games in it.
Oh, okay. Well,
What more
I
qualification
only
do you
know of
need?
one. I only know of one, and the arcade.
The
game.
other,
I-
others.
I bring out back Burnout,
Oh,
yeah.
like good Burnout, not what it became at the end.
Burnout.
You know,
What would I kill though that I like? That I love, it says.
Forza Horizon. Kill it.
no,
Kill it dead.
no.
I'd kill it to get back
No.
Burnout.
Nope, not worth it.
No?
I kill Need for Speed to get back Burnout.
Oh, okay.
That was
There you
also
go.
a series that I formerly loved, and you know what? I'd be happy to do it the other way around too.
you know what? Serious answer.
Mhm.
I would kill off Shantae
Wow,
Oh, really?
to bring back Goemon.
that's a good answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would kill Shantae to bring back Goemon. Love you,
I've gotta play
Shantae,
it.
but
I've got to play Goemon 2 on the Super Famicom.
yeah,
Keep hearing
Those are-
good things about it.
those
I
are
never
great
tried it.
games. Those are- oh man, Goemon. When Goemon was good, it was good. Yeah.
All right. Hacker alias Brianamaniac says, do you ever feel weird about playing certain games on certain consoles? For example, playing something like Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts on Xbox just feels wrong to me since those series were exclusive to Japanese platforms for decades.
Well, I just bought a Sonic game for a Nintendo system, so
I know. That feels
world-
wrong.
the world we're living in.
Feels weird playing Neo Geo games on a Switch.
It's yeah. I mean, more seriously, I think that in the early 2000s, for me, I kind of felt this way, seeing sort of Japanese stuff that was traditionally on Japanese consoles coming to the Xbox, like playing,
Oh,
like
yeah.
say Metal Gear Solid 2 on
Yeah.
Xbox felt weird,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
not since then has it felt weird, because I mean, the consoles have become so interchangeable. I find that it doesn't feel strange anymore.
That's
I-
true. Yeah, or playing Sega ports on GameCube and Xbox.
Yeah, like at
when
first
started
that was
happening.
weird. but
Yeah.
not anymore.
It's still a little weird for me playing a Mega Man game on a non-Nintendo system.
sure.
Just
Really?
because. Oh yeah, I mean, just 'cause-
See, but it hasn't been that way since like 1990.
oh, I know.
But it's still weird for you.
I absolutely know, but it's still a little weird. Actually, you know what's really weird for me is playing a Mega Man game on Steam. That's really
Yeah, that still feels strange playing it on PC.
And I mean, it's like, yeah, you know, emulators have been around forever and stuff like that. But I'm talking about legit. Like, I purchased Mega Man 2 on my PC, and I'm sitting here playing it on the PC, and it's a little weird.
Right.
But
Right.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
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 Let's do this one from Hacker Alias, Mathman1024, who says, if you could visit any moment in gaming history, what/when would it be and why? I will answer. I would like to go back to when they put the first Pong machine in that bar in the Bay Area or whatever. And this is
right.
like written up in video game history books, but having the quarter slot break because there's so many quarters in there.
Right.
Like, I'd like to go back to that time where video games were something so new,
Right.
so exciting that that machine broke because too many quarters were stuffed in it.
Further to that, I think it would be amazing to go back to, like, staying on the Atari tip, going back to Atari in the late 70s, like where they were actually making the games, just to see what that atmosphere was like.
Yep.
Because the stories that come out of there, well, the atmosphere would smell like pot, obviously. But
well, this is a very, very 420 friendly episode of Player One.
This is episode 611, but it's feeling like 420.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, just to and honestly, you could say that about any sort of any game development in like the late 70s, early 80s. I think it would be amazing just to sort of be a fly on the wall and see how that worked.
Right.
Anywhere in the world, Japan, US, anything.
Being a part of or like a fly on the wall in the meetings about bringing the NES to the US. That time when even like Howard Lincoln was putting together the kiosks at Toys R Us locations in New York.
Right.
That'd be a crazy time.
Yeah. Or just seeing Gunpei Yokoi designing.
I totally thought you were going to say something else there.
I thought you were going to say something really bad.
You always go such dark places. I was like, oh, please don't.
Designing Yokoi alive.
Designing the Game Boy. You monsters.
Okay. We're the monsters.
Or the Game and Watch.
Your reputation, sir.
See him putting together the
is well earned.
First Game and Watch. You know?
Yeah.
Jeez. I don't know what you thought I was going to say, but clearly.
Yeah.
Or to see Billy Mitchell scoring his his high score in Donkey Kong, just to be able to watch him do that and yell, but you're playing it on MAME. How's that? How's that a high score?
Throw hot sauce in your face.
Yes, indeed. All right. Let's do this one from Hacker Alias I finally watched, who said, are there any Atari 2600 games that stand the test of time?
River Raid.
Yeah.
River Raid is exceptionally good.
That might be the only one
for a 2600 game.
I
would argue that. I mean,
I would argue.
I would say Combat stands up, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
When was the last time you played Combat?
Probably last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I love all your giggles. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm playing it right now, as a matter of fact.
Jerks.
Yeah. I would say Pitfall and Pitfall 2 are
I never ever Pitfall to me lasts about 2 minutes.
Oh, really?
I agree with that.
I was
never a fan of Pitfall.
I get it, but Pitfall.
Yeah.
Possibly Yars' Revenge.
You know what I think would stand the test of time if you had a damn paddle controller would be Kaboom.
Oh yeah.
Kaboom was a lot of fun. Miss Pac-Man, somebody said in the chat that
yeah, but I mean,
Miss Pac-Man on the 2600 was pretty decent, wasn't it?
Oh no, Miss Pac-Man 2600 was quite good.
Yeah,
but I mean, there are so many better ports of Miss Pac-Man.
Oh yeah,
you could be playing. I mean, there's
I don't know, but a lot of I think personally, I mean, I guess it depends on what your definition of it is. Because if you're looking at the graphics, well, of course, most of these don't stand up anymore. But I mean, considering the amount of space they had to work with, a lot of those games were just pure gameplay. Right. It was either good or it was bad, and I mean, the good stuff is still good.
Yeah.
So that's, to me, it's kind of like I would happily sit down and play Combat or Dodge'em or Kaboom or any of those.
Yeah, I think River Raid is the very immediate, obvious answer for me, though.
There was another one that I used to really love too. Sky
Was
Sky
this a
Jinx?
was this
I think it was an
Jinx, yeah.
Activision game.
Activision.
Sky
Activision.
Jinx? Was that the
It
kind
had
of
that-
like
had
three
that-
quarters perspective?
Yeah, and it was the slalom, and it had that
Mhm.
great shadow underneath the. Like, it had a really nice animation on the plane when it swerved
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah, you are
Yeah.
indeed thinking of Sky Jinx.
Sky Jinx,
And that was a fun
played
game.
that forever.
You know what? I'm gonna say Demon Attack as well.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, also holds up really well. You're right.
Yeah, Demon Attack is great.
Those are Magic games were quite good.
Agreed.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what
All
I
right.
saw? I finally sent another question in,
He did.
and I'm going to answer this one just because I have an immediate answer for it. But best multiplayer experience online or not? The answer is Phantasy Star Online.
That was a really good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Best multiplayer experience
That
for
was a
me
good one.
is still PSO. So good.
Still love Speed Devils.
Speed Devils Online.
But see, I think that had
So
more to
fun.
do with the company than with the
That's
game.
right.
The game was good, but having
Have you gone back? I've gone back and watched videos of Speed Devils.
it's not great.
God, that does not look good.
No,
I used to think that game looked pretty good,
and it was outdated
boy,
when it
was
was
I wrong.
released on the Dreamcast. I mean, it was
Yeah.
an old PC game when it was released on the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
So, but lots of fun, man. Just had
Yeah,
lots of
it
fun
was
playing it.
Super fun. Yeah.
Yep.
I might say Halo networked
Mhm.
play
Yep.
on the original Xbox. One of my favorite multiplayer experiences, right up there with Phantasy Star Online. Really. But it might have been in part the company that we were playing with.
I would say the Gran Turismo games for me, especially on the PlayStation 3 versions, were a lot of fun. Just because, again, a good chunk of our community was into them, and we actually had game nights where we'd have 8 to 10 people racing. It's
Yeah.
always good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, talking about newer games as well.
Say it, CJ.
Sea of Thieves.
There you go.
There it is. There it is.
No, but also I think Overwatch for me is another one that I got totally addicted to as well. And they've improved that game a lot over the course of the last 2 years. Just added a lot of new content and new characters to it, and that's been great. But yeah, the group of people I was playing Overwatch with, that was a great time.
Well, there you
Got
go.
any recent multiplayer games online or off that you guys like? You guys kind of dropped off the multiplayer.
Don't really
thing.
play multiplayer stuff
I
anymore.
don't either. I don't
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, I enjoy the
The Jackbox party pack
Jackbox.
stuff is a good time.
Yeah.
Always a good time.
Those are always great. Yeah.
And yeah, I like Mario Kart 8. Love playing Mario Kart 8. Always good fun.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mario Kart 8 is definitely good.
Indeed. All right, and that's where I think we should end it.
Let's call it a show.
Hey
Call
man,
it a show.
whatever you say.
Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on the Twitters, or you can go to our internet website at playeronepodcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You'll find show notes for each episode with different links to the things that we talked about, all nice and prepared there for you. You'll also find Generation 16 episodes. In fact, there's a new one that came out last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Been getting a lot of high praise. I'm really, really happy that people are digging it. Please go check it out. Go learn something about that you probably didn't know about violence in video games and the whole ESRB rating system. I would say that it did not start with Night Trap and Mortal Kombat.
What did it start with?
Technocop.
Ah,
Someone didn't watch the episode.
I have
Mm.
not.
As usual.
Yeah.
My boss is not White Tiger.
I even put in some 2 Live Crew just so you would watch it.
I heard that. See.
Yeah.
I was going to go to the launch party, and then it was like a half hour later than I thought it was going to be.
And
So,
whose fault is that?
yours.
Yours.
Scheduling a stream a half hour before you normally do.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Oh goodness.
Please go watch. Go check
Yes.
out go check out the whole series. In fact, I think you'll enjoy it.
Indeed. Indeed. We got a Discord, and you can find the link to that in the show notes or on our Twitter profile. Come by there and chat about video games with us. You can also do that on a message board we have on our website. And you can discuss this very episode, this one right here, 611, your favorite episode of the podcast with us and our other listeners.
If you'd like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting playeronepodcast.com or by going to the Apple podcast app.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can also head over to the App Store and pick up the Player One Podcast iPhone application for just $1.99.
Cheap.
Gives you one-touch communication with us via the emails, the Twitters, what have you. You also have all of our episodes ready to stream out listening device. And hey, Android cell phone telephone users, the Player One Podcast iPhone application is available for your listening device as well for that same $1.99.
Also cheap.
That's right over there, the Amazon Android Marketplace. You can like us on Stitcher, Facebook, all that garbage. You can watch archives of our show. You can watch us live most weeks on the youtubes.com/P1 podcast. And if you've liked what you've heard, and how could you can head over to patreon.com/P1 podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. It keeps CJ's secret garden that he has in his closet watered and ready for harvesting. Oh, and it gets him Splatoon amiibos. There you go.
Yeah.
CJ.
Yeah.
Stay off the hook.
I'm gonna try.
Stay off the ganja.
I gotta believe.
Hugs not drugs, CJ.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, if you have a couple bucks left over, head over to generation-16.com. Throw a little bit of cash Greg Seward's way to help support his outstanding and recently updated internet web series about North America's favorite Second Banana, the Sega Genesis.
Thanks, Phil.
And that was a really great episode. I quite enjoyed the Technocop episode quite a bit.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
There you go. Hey, and if you're looking for a good time, come to Vegas. We'll be there.
In general.
Just go to Las Vegas. I don't care when. I don't care what you do there. There's so much. There's shows. There's gambling. There's parties all the time. No, we're going to be in Las Vegas.
Girl likes to party all the time.
We're going to be Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Who knew, right?
Stand-up comedian Eddie Murphy had a hit song back in the 80s.
Indeed.
That's weird, right?
That is weird.
I mean, that was a little weird back then too, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
People didn't seem to think it was as weird, but it's still pretty darn weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, the good folks at Matt and Mattingly's Ice Cream Social, the funniest podcast on the internet, is hosting its annual Scoop Fest celebration this year, October 11th through the 14th, and they have so graciously invited us to come back. We were there last year, of course, and had a blast. October 11th is the VIP night where we're going to be hanging out at what's it called?
The Tournament of Kings
Tournament
at
of Kings
Excalibur.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And then the remainder of the Scoop Fest is going to be comedy, improv, podcasts, great folks, great fun. It's actually quite a good time, and we are super psyched to be going back there again. Head over to heyscoops.com/ScoopFestVegas. You'll find early bird tickets. They're on sale now, and you can book your hotel at the Orleans Hotel and Casino. Use coupon code A8ICC10 for a fantastic discount. CJ, what's that number again? Hey, there we go. There it is. So yeah, it would be great if everyone could join us out at Scoop Fest. It is going to be a hoot and a holler.
True.
CJ?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Phil.
Gregory?
Yo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Phil.
And again, thank you to all of our wonderful listeners for 611 episodes of mediocrity.
Mm-hmm.
We hope to provide you with at least 7 or 8 more.
At least.
We got to get to at least October.
We'll see what
yeah, that's
limp,
true.
We'll limp across that finish line.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah. We'll see you folks next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.